You can lose weight after 40, make real, substantial, visible progress, and still feel like it's never enough. That matters because you can keep changing the goalpost or quit a plan that's actually really working, or spend years picking apart a body that you'll one day wish you had appreciated. A client of mine had lost more than 50 pounds when she sent me a bikini photo recently and asked me if she looked okay. What she saw in that picture and what I saw were completely different things. And there are 3 things that I think we need to do differently to really appreciate and acknowledge progress when we make it. Because the answer is not giving up your goals or pretending that you love everything exactly as it is. So my client, who's also a friend of mine, was getting ready to go on a vacation and she wanted to wear a bikini and she wanted my honest opinion about how she looked. This woman is in her mid to late 40s and she lost more than 50 pounds over the last couple years. 50 pounds. And she still struggles with feeling like she needs to lose more weight or that she doesn't look good enough. It's something that we talk about all the time. So she sends me this picture and I look at it and think, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, I would kill for that figure. She has a waist, she has hips, she has curves. And here I am built like a 12-year-old boy. Like, I would love to have some of what she has. I knew that she was looking at this picture, probably hating it, wondering whether she looked good enough to actually wear that bikini. I was looking at the same picture, wishing I had some of what she has. So I texted her back and said, please do not waste this time in your life. Do not waste this vacation. Do not waste wearing that bikini and feeling self-conscious about your body. You look phenomenal. You have worked so hard for this. Be proud of it and own it. And the more I thought about that conversation, the more I realized that I actually needed to hear some of that myself, and you may also. The first thing that we need to do differently is look back at where we started. When you're working towards a weight loss or a body composition goal, most of your attention naturally goes to what still needs to change. You look in the mirror and you see a stomach that maybe you want a little bit flatter, or arms that you still want more defined, or 5 pounds that you still want to lose. Like, whatever your thing is, we all have something. But think about what that does. You're basically comparing the body that you have today to a body that you haven't built yet. You're not comparing it to the body that you had when you started. My client lost more than 50 pounds over roughly 2 years. That kind of change happens slowly, about a half a pound a week to be exact. She didn't wake up one day 50 pounds lighter. She saw herself every single day in the mirror while her body changed little by little. And this is one of the reasons that I'm such a huge believer in taking progress pics, because they give you the truest form of a reference point. If you don't believe me, go and find a picture of yourself from 3 months ago, and one from 6 months ago, and one from a year ago, and put those next to a current picture of yourself. Look at your waist, look at your face, your arms, like look at the way that your clothes fit, look at your posture, look at whatever has changed for you. And this doesn't have to be just weight loss. Maybe you've been strength training and you put on some muscle and your shoulders look stronger. Maybe you finally have some muscle in your legs. Maybe your body weight hasn't changed much at all, but your overall body composition has. Give yourself credit for how far you've already come instead of just measuring how far is still left to go. Because if the only body that you ever compare yourself to is the one that you're still trying to build, or worse, someone else's body, then you can make a tremendous amount of progress and still feel like you're failing. The second thing to notice is when good enough keeps changing. This one I understand personally because I do it too. You basically start at one weight and you think, if I could just get to 160 pounds, I would be so happy. Then you get to 160 and suddenly you think 150 sounds better. Then you get to 150 and now you're not even thinking about the fact that you lost 25 pounds. You're looking at your stomach thinking, if I could just lose this extra weight in my stomach. Or maybe weight isn't even your goal. You wanted more muscle. You built some, but now your glutes aren't big enough, or your arms aren't toned enough, or your stomach isn't flat enough. Like, there's always another goal available to us. And I actually do not think there's anything wrong with that. I still have goals for my body. I actually like having something to work toward. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the answer is to stop caring what you look like and just love everything exactly as it is. That's not how I feel, and it's probably not how you feel either. But there is a huge difference between saying, I'm really proud of what I built and now I wanna see what else I can do, versus none of this counts yet because I'm still not there. That second one is where I personally think we rob ourselves, because where is there actually? I'm probably happier with my body now than I've ever been. And I still look at myself and I find things I would change. I can pick myself apart, and I do actually quite often. So I'm not coming from some magical place of peace and perfect body confidence. But what I don't wanna do is get to 55 or 65 and look back at pictures of myself at 45 and think, what the hell was I so self-conscious about? And I don't want that for you either. Not one more year of acting like you're not allowed to be proud of yourself until you hit some sort of arbitrary number that keeps moving. You can want more for yourself and still appreciate everything that you've accomplished at the same time. Those two things do not cancel each other out. Okay, the third thing is to get as good at seeing what's great about you as you are at finding what's wrong. The majority of us women are very good at finding our flaws. In fact, give me 30 seconds in front of a mirror, or actually I don't even need a mirror, and I can easily come up with an extensive list. But if I asked you right now, what are 3 things about you that you love or that you're damn proud of, would the answers come as quickly? And I don't mean 3 things that you're willing to tolerate. I mean things that you genuinely think are freaking great about you. Maybe you have curves another woman would love to have, like my client. Maybe you have broad, strong shoulders that fill out a shirt or a dress perfectly. Maybe you have great long legs. Maybe you've built your glutes and they're high and tight. Maybe you love your hair or your smile. And they don't all have to be physical. Maybe you are incredibly disciplined. Maybe you've spent the last year becoming somebody who actually follows through on the promises she makes to herself. Maybe you're an amazing friend. Those things count too. Nobody else gets to be you, and that is your superpower. Other women can inspire you, but the goal isn't to turn yourself into somebody else. You can never be the best version of someone else. You can only be the best version of yourself. The opportunity is to figure out what that best version of you looks like, and then actually have the confidence to own what you've built and created. And to me, that is such a flex. So I want you to do something after this video, and I know it sounds lame, but I want you to pick 3 things about yourself that you are genuinely proud of, that you genuinely love. They can be things that you're born with, or they can be things that you worked your ass off for. They can be physical, or they can have absolutely nothing to do with your body. But pick 3, because if you can immediately name everything that you still want to improve, but yet you can't name 3 things that you already love or respect about yourself, then I think that deserves your attention. I keep thinking about that picture that my client sent me. She saw herself and wondered whether she looked good enough. I saw her and I thought I would kill for those curves. Same woman, same body, completely different lens. And I guarantee that there are things about you that somebody else sees and thinks, gosh, I wish I had that. Things you probably barely notice because you're too busy looking at your flaws. Keep your goals. I'm keeping mine. I think they are healthy to have. Work hard, build muscle, lose the weight if that's what you want to do, get stronger, keep becoming the version of yourself that you want to become. But don't spend so much time chasing the next version of yourself that you completely miss the woman you've already become. You have worked too hard for that. If you're working on changing your body and you want a clearer idea of what to focus on first, take my free metabolism type quiz. It takes about 2 minutes and it'll tell you which of the 5 metabolism types you are and where I would recommend that you start. I'm gonna link that quiz in the description and I'll pin it in the comments for you as well. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. I put a new video out every Thursday for women over 40 like us who want practical, honest information about nutrition, fitness, fat loss, and basically everything that comes with taking care of yourself at this age. And if you want more of me throughout the week, come and join the Behind the Body newsletter. It is free and you can sign up at behindthebody.com/newsletter. And if you want to understand why exercise alone usually isn't what drives weight loss, watch this video on why exercise won't make you lose weight after 40 next. I'll see you over there.